There are these two very young fish swimming along, and they happen to encounter an older and more experienced fish that asks them, "How's the water today, young guys?" The two fish keep swimming, and eventually one fish says to the other, "What the hell is water?" The point of the story is that the most obvious and important realities are often the ones that are the hardest to become completely aware of. Water represents our human blind certainty to think that our point of view is the absolute truth in the universe and that everything is somehow directly related to us. Water represents a close-mindedness that amounts to an imprisonment so total that the prisoner doesn't even know he's locked up. Because here's the thing, most of the things we are 100% sure about tend to be wrong and delusional. We are totally certain that the rude cashier at the supermarket is an uneducated and disrespectful person that should not be treating us in a rude manner, or that the jerk that cut us off in traffic is arrogant, abusive, and lacks manners because he was just a few inches away from colliding with us. Whether we want it or not, we immediately assign meaning to those types of everyday events. These types of events are exactly what happen every day to each and every one of us. And the thing is that in those exact moments is when we have to decide how we are going to think about them. But the problem is that our default way of assigning meaning and of choosing how to interpret them is so automatic that we don't even have the time to choose what to think about. Here is where you will have to do the work of choosing how to interpret them, because if you don't decide to choose other meanings other than those directly related to you, every annoying event will end up eating you alive. That's why you must make the conscious effort to decide what to think about in order to escape your own self-centered default settings. Your default setting is to be arrogant, self-centered, and to think that every boring and annoying situation is about you. When you operate from this programming, it will seem that everybody else is in your way. You will never be able to consider that the rude cashier is so exhausted that she is easily irritated. In addition, her life lacks more meaning than most people could bear, that she can no longer keep working that soul-sucking job, and that makes her unconsciously rude. You also will not be able to consider that the jerk that cut you off in traffic was actually a frightened father on his way to the hospital because his son just had a life-threatening accident. As a matter of fact, you actually have the power to think that these people's realities can be 10 times worse than yours, and that's why they are behaving in that way. You have the choice to think that their actions have nothing to do with you, but they have everything to do with their particular life conditions. Because if you don't decide to think in any other way other than what your arrogant default settings dictate, you will not consider possibilities that are not annoying and miserable for you. And that's why it's important to do the work of getting free of your natural and hardwired default setting of being self-centered and blindly certain about your own opinions and beliefs. Because the most terrible part is that your self-centered thinking is so automatic that you don't even realize you have the choice to think in any other way. That said, there's no correct way to think or to interpret things. Everyone gets the chance to decide how they want to see the world and their personal existence. And this is the only absolute truth, that you get the option to decide how you will interpret reality. You get to decide if you will make everything about yourself or you will consider possibilities that involves others' life's experience outside from your own. That is what learning how to think means, to pay attention and to choose how to construct meaning from different experiences. It isn't really about how to think, but rather about the conscious choice of what you will think about. That's why worshipping a superior deity or a set of moral values is a better choice over worshipping something directly related to you. Because up to a certain degree, a superior deity extracts some of your opinions from your perception of how things are. On the other hand, worship money, fame, beauty, and power, and they will eat you alive. Because they all are directly related to you, and when something doesn't go your way, you will immediately assign a negative meaning to them, and thus create conditions of misery for yourself. The only thing that's true is that you get to decide what meaning you assign to everything you are aware of. That's real freedom. Freedom from your own tendency to think and filter everything as if you are the center of this infinite universe. That's why you must always remember, this is water, this is water. David Foster Wallace gave his moral nurturing speech, "This is Water," as the commencement speech of Kenyon College Class 2005. I am in no way assuring that this video is a total explanation of it, but I really hope this condensed and simple explanation helps you understand the main concept in less time. I will link the full speech in the description box below. I urge you to listen to it, because it contains one of the most powerful truths of the human experience, our complete blindness to making everything about ourselves. If you find this video valuable, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. And if you're interested in using affirmations to improve yourself, you can get my free recorded affirmations with the link in the description box below.